Good evening, my name's Alex Campbell.
And I'm Mark Palmer.
And you're watching two drunk Aussies discuss the future of Star Wars. So Mark, this new trailer dropped.
Which one?
Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, trailer 2 from the Disney something conference.
The Disney tyranny.
The Disney globalization rally of death. Subscribe to Disney Plus or we'll kill you all. That was basically the point of it. So we got a lot of emotional shots of like original trilogy, which is just like funny,
It was, nostalgic.
That Star Wars context, for those who don't know me, Star Wars was a big deal for me in my youth. I guess like the age of 10 to the age of like 20, which is a bit embarrassing. So yeah, of course all that stuff
embarrassing? When did you didn't stop liking Star Wars?
We're 28 and we're still talking about Star Wars.
In fact, my even slight diminishing of Star Wars only started like 2 years ago when The Last Jedi came out. Before that, it was still...
Mr. Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so they pull all the original trilogy stuff with the music and it's nostalgic and it pulls on the heartstrings. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you guys doing? Because I get this and I get what this is and if it's gonna work. And yeah, they go through it and they don't show much really. They show our crew, the prequel trilogy crew, Rey and Poe and Finn. I almost forgot his name because he's so memorable. Like a carnival. Show a bunch of Star Destroyers.
That was a cool little shot.
Yeah. Show Kylo and Rey
excessive.
fighting.
I'm pretty sure the First Order doesn't have access to that many.
And do their Star Destroyers even look like that anymore?
Those will look, to me, they look like Darth Vader's personal Star Destroyer. Remember, his one was bigger, but it was like really sharp.
But Darth Vader's dead.
He is, but you heard him breathing.
And then basically, I guess the big takeaway is they show Rey with the double-bladed red... I was going to say
Not only that, she's in dark robes. She's like... C-3PO has red eyes.
Yeah.
That was weird. She has dark robes, she has a double-bladed red lightsaber, and she's very fucking pale.
Yeah, so I guess the...
And Darth Sidious says, your journey... Or something.
Your journey nears its end. Your journey nears its end.
In reality, that could be speaking to anyone in the movie. He could be talking to fucking Kylo at that point.
That line might not even be in the movie. It might be cut from the final edit. I heard also, and this was actually a really sad moment for me, one of my mates told me the movie was going to be 3 hours. And like 3 years ago, me Alex was like, but my actual initial response was I don't want to sit in the cinema for 3 hours.
Oh no!
Which was so sad, and immediately after thinking that, I was like, ooh.
You felt bad, but that wouldn't have been your reaction if you was excited for this as you should be.
There's been a change. There's been a change. It's been a change. Because I was happy to sit through 3 hours of Tarantino a week ago, twice. But now it's like, really? 3 hours? And then I was like, ooh, that's your thought? That's your initial thought?
If it's good, though, it'll be a great 3 hours.
I hope it is.
You clearly just means gold class, like you can't at least see it in comfort.
Are we going to go to the midnight screening at gold class again?
I think we should.
Completely sober. So yeah, I guess the main assumption is that the Rey thing is like either a Dagobah vision or like a Force type of thing, or
She could always be turned to the dark side as well.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I feel okay. As far as that is concerned, I feel like I know you would probably think it hasn't been built up enough.
I don't think it's been set up. I feel like it'll be like the Danny thing. And
what if the second movie was the way J.J. Abrams wanted it to be? Maybe it would have been set up. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no. If the second movie was leading up to her turning to the dark side, that's definitely enough time.
Apart from that one scene where she's like, you went straight for the dark side. Apart from that, nothing. She doesn't show any signs of being evil at all.
From a narrative point of view, I don't know whether 2 hours is enough time for her to flip from where she is currently to complete fucking
Literally, there's a scene
Sith.
in this trailer of her fighting Kylo with Luke's blue lightsaber, which broke in the last movie.
I guess she repaired it.
That's fair enough, but my point is, when the fuck between her fighting him and at whichever part of the movie does she have time to craft a new lightsaber? Well, crafting a lightsaber isn't just a piece of piss, mate. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time and studying on how to do it. So for her to make a double-bladed lightsaber, let alone that stupid fucking design where it's two and then it... I'm sorry, I know it's supposed to be unique and cool, but what the fuck purpose is there for two blades directly next to each other?
It seems kind of awkward and pointless. If you cut somebody with one lightsaber, it doesn't really add a lot that they have a second cut.
Yeah, like, to me it seems pointless, you know? Just have a double-bladed lightsaber.
My general feeling is that this is either a vision or a Force fucking whatever future scene moment, and it's just something that they've cut in the trailer. But oh god, we need to get bums on seats. They didn't come to the last one.
We need to add something new. I'm sorry, but adding another double-bladed lightsaber in the mix would have been enough. Showing her with a double-bladed lightsaber.
Well, it set her up with the stuff, right? And
exactly. So I always assumed, but for some reason I was assuming violet. For some reason I was expecting her to have a purple. But I guess Sith, you know. I mean, well, dark side. But you know, there's all this build-up. There was all this build-up about how there's no Sith anymore. But if Palpatine's been running it from the start, he's a fucking Sith. You know what I mean? Like, he is the Sith.
So we're gonna do an episode 7 review before episode 9 comes out.
Okay.
But basically what they did is they took all the old tropes and they just changed the names. It's like the Empire and the First Order and the Rebellion and the Resistance and the Sith and whatever they call them now. So yeah, it's basically just a flipping of names. They have all this old iconography that they dig into.
For them to expand further from that, like, they couldn't go so far away from the initial thing to not have it being about the light and dark side of the Force. It still had, as a main trilogy movie, it has to be about that. And they're just trying to break away from Jedi and Sith and make it something new, even though it's the same thing.
Well, they put no time or... If it was a different thing, if there was like a fuck, I run into trouble with this word all the time. A differentiation?
Differentiation?
If there was
that's a shit word.
Differentiation. I know it is actually a word, I swear! Between like Jedi and Sith, and then like this analogous like weird world where they're more similar in this new trilogy, then you have to set up that with time and effort. But there's been no time to set up the fact that there isn't a light and a dark. There's actually a grey area in the middle, which is where we dwell now.
Well, I mean,
but
in the extended universe, there's a lot that goes into Great
That's
Jedi.
true. That's true.
It's a whole order.
But with these past 2 movies, there's been nothing for that. There's been Rey, there's been Kylo, and little talk of the Force or Jedi or Sith or anything really.
Just stupid extra Force powers which weren't necessary.
I like the freezing of the blaster ones.
That was in The Force Awakens though. That wasn't in The Last Jedi then. But you know, projection. They overused the shit out of that in The Last Jedi.
What happened in that movie?
The Force projection where Luke projected himself.
Oh no!
And then, you know, and then also Kylo and that, like, all the whole projection thing with Rey and Kylo communicating was Force projection too.
That was interesting.
They only added that concept so that at the end Luke could do that. That was the whole purpose.
Astral projection.
Yeah, it's like...
No.
We're not here to discuss The Last Jedi.
I mean, it kind of seems as... I'm sure we'll discuss The Last Jedi a whole lot when we do our fucking Force Awakens review.
I wish the review could have been when we first watched it rather than after we'd seen what came after.
Oh, from like back in 2012.
When we actually watched The Force Awakens.
I don't know, I got a lot of new insights and angles to go at.
No, it's true.
But we just would have been like fanboys with wet panties after The Force Awakens.
We were though.
Oh my gosh!
We legit were.
Harrison Ford is back and dead. But it was amazing. We totally were. I kind of have a new angle on it now.
Okay, well I'm keen for the review then.
Definitely. So, I guess in closing, this trailer was fucking nothing. But I look forward to sitting...
I will say most disappointed I've been in a new lightsaber design. Ever.
It's nonsensical as far as the practical weapon.
The Sith Rey has been thrown around the internet so much that it wasn't even a shock.
I've seen pictures of it.
Not like the shock of Emperor Palpatine's laugh in the last trailer.
That was like
a fucking shock
moment.
You know, but this was okay.
I actually seen photos of it before I watched the trailer. And I thought they were kind of fake. I looked at them and I was, is that fake? Is that real? And I watched the trailer and I know. Well, I think the thing is, right, that I feel nothing for Rey. I'm not endeared to her. I'm not connected to her. I don't relate to her. I don't feel anything for her. So for her to turn to the dark side in the trailer, my general reaction is
Nah.
okay.
Yeah.
If I'm not connected emotionally to the character, then if something significant happens to the character, there's not going to be any emotional hurdle for me. It's just going to be like a... Okay.
Yeah, fair enough, sort of thing. Yeah.
And they could show Poe and Finn die on camera, and I'd be like,
physically have their heads leave their bodies.
I'd be like, cool.
Ain't no thing, you know? Yeah, no, it's because I'm not invested in any of the characters.
I'm not invested in these 3 main characters going into this last movie of the trilogy.
A little bit into Kylo, though. I am a little invested in Kylo.
Kylo is the most interesting of the new characters to be set up.
And he was the bitch in the first movie, but I feel like even though The Last Jedi was shit, I felt like he did a lot of evolving in that movie.
They did do some stuff with him, and his relationship with Rey was interesting. Although I'm always going to hold to the fact that if Rey was like, okay, yeah, I'll go over to your side, that decision-making moment where he's like, your parents are nothing, you're nobody, you should join the...
Let's change the universe.
Yeah.
What we want it to be.
Yeah, if she was like, okay, that would have been like a, ooh, spanner in the works.
Well, we said straight after that's what we wanted to happen.
But it didn't. It just went back to the predictable, and they killed my childhood hero on camera, and I'm satisfying about it, not even like Han Solo. The Mandalorian trailer also came out, and I've been positive towards this from the beginning. Jon Favreau.
I really respect Jon Favreau as a director.
Yeah, he's a good director. I mean, the first Iron Man was good.
Sopranos too.
That's true.
And he made the movie Chef, which I absolutely love it. I'm a chef myself, so I love that movie.
Makes sense, yeah. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard it's good.
Really good, really good.
And early on, he referenced like Sergio Leone and westerns, and he said a lot of like interesting and different stuff to get my mind like triggered in reference to the show. So I was always kind of on board. And then Pedro Pascal, the main character over in Martel.
So he playing the actual Mandalorian itself?
Yeah.
Because you didn't see him in the trailer.
No, he doesn't say anything.
Or show his face.
No, but that's him.
That's fine. That's good. I was happy about that.
But that's a good leading man to attach to property. And I like the idea of like a television show. I presume it's only going to be like 10 episodes, 10 hours long. I'm down for that. I'm sick of fucking movies. Like the whatever.
Yeah, it's a new angle.
It is.
Without it being a kid CGI thing, this actually, like the opening part of the trailer is Stormtroopers' heads on spikes with blood. I was just like, wow, that's dark for Disney.
Well, that's another query I had. I don't believe they've released what it's going to be rated. But I think, from my perspective, it needs to be like for adults.
At least M.
Yeah.
I got the at least M vibe. Like there's that scene where the guy falls and then the door goes to close on him. I feel like that cunt's about to get sliced in half.
I think at this point in time, like, we need to see something else. We need to see some adult content.
A TV series about a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
It's got to be dark. And it looks gritty. It looks dark. I mean, I know I've been disappointed before, but it looks promising.
Rogue One. They promised us gritty and dark.
It looks promising, and so
deliver.
far the trailer's this dark, and it comes out in what, 2 months?
Yeah, November 12th or something. Pretty soon.
I think 10th, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. So that looks really good. And everything looked like legit, like high budget, like all this, like those Death Troopers or whatever they look like, look legit.
I mean, they're just going to be pouring money into it. I mean, it's Disney, and they're trying to like kickstart this streaming service. This is kind of their flagship. Hey, come to Disney streaming service. We have Star Wars television shows. Speaking of which, they've announced finally after like a decade of everyone saying, "Can you please do this? Can you please do this? Can you do this? Please? Are you doing this?"
And
please?
then, oh my god, they're doing this? Oh, that was just a rumor. They're not doing this.
They're not doing this. They've finally actually officially announced that Ewan McGregor is coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a television show.
I was shocked to find out it was a television show. I honestly thought it was going to be a movie.
That's what we all thought for ages. Well, they did the Solo a Star Wars story thing. So I assumed the next thing was going to be... Yeah, but that thing bombed at the cinema. And they're stopping doing movies.
To be fair though,
they're moving into television.
I mean, by all means move into television, but I don't feel like... That may have bombed, but that was The Last Jedi's fault, for one. And
That was a
number
big part of
two,
it.
it doesn't mean an Obi-Wan one would have faltered.
Well, nobody wanted to see a Han Solo Origins movie. The idea of that from the beginning was always like,
Why?
yeah.
Even when I heard about it, I was like, why?
Just the idea of somebody portraying that character who wasn't Harrison Ford was jarring
He
for
still
me.
had Ewan McGregor, who's at the right age to play Obi-Wan between those years.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not automatically go to that?
But they chose a solo story.
And make Han a completely different character while playing it.
Here's our a solo story review if you want to watch it. But my basic impression was, if it was like random space adventure number B37, it was okay.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It was an acceptable action film, but he never felt like Han to me.
No, well, he's not.
He's not Harrison Ford.
And he never will be.
Yeah, so now they're doing a television show set in between 4 and 5. Or 5, isn't it right? 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. And I imagine, anyway, that's the only place you could put an Obi-Wan movie, I swear to God.
Well, yeah,
unless you were to throw it like when Obi-Wan was being trained by Qui-Gon. That'd be pretty cool.
But Ewan McGregor's like 40 now.
Yeah, well, obviously not
50 now?
with Ewan McGregor. I could deal with that sort of series because it'd be a kid, you know?
Yeah, we can recast some people, but there are some characters.
No, you couldn't recast Obi-Wan at the age he was during any of the prequels. But like before that, I feel like it'd be okay. But yet it's not okay with Harrison Ford.
He's iconic.
It's different. I don't know.
He's Indiana Jones, motherfucker.
And yet they literally recast Obi-Wan as Ewan McGregor, but it was fine. Isn't it weird? Like, when you think about it?
It is. I guess Alec Guinness was like, in his 60s and stuff. And then
He was obviously never going to play young Obi-Wan.
Yeah. But Harrison Ford, like, we'd seen him at 20 and we'd seen him at 60 and we knew who Harrison Ford was.
Yeah.
And then to go from a character that we've seen...
Oh, his facial structure's changed, like...
And he has none of the mannerisms or, like, characteristics or intonation.
Why is he so cocky?
Why is
when the fuck was Han Solo cocky?
He was cranky.
Yeah,
Did I forget he was cranky?
He was just grumpy.
He was always cranky and pointing and being angry at people, and then there was none of that.
There's not. He was just happy and cocky. I can do this. I want to be a pilot.
He was cranky.
And he's always so
cranky.
optimistic. Han Solo's not optimistic.
He's never been optimistic. He's always been cranky.
The only time he's happy is like when he's like, woo, after he shoots some cunt dead. You know what I mean? That's legit what happens. He kills someone.
Is true, yeah.
And then he cheers.
Yeah, so the Obi-Wan thing, it's kind of like, he was just sitting on Tatooine, smoking death sticks, watching over Luke. What is there really to do? But on the other hand, I guess there's a lot for him to do. I mean, like a subtle kind of drama or something? Or an action adventure? Could he leave Tatooine
I think the best part is we don't know.
We don't know. Well, the selling point is Ewan McGregor.
That he's going to leave Tatooine. There's no way they're going to leave it on Tatooine.
How many seasons?
Seasons? I'm guessing it's going to be a good, maybe 2 or 3. I'm guessing it's not going to go that far.
Yeah, shows don't normally last for that long anymore.
Unless they're sitcoms.
Oh, unless they go to shit like Game of Thrones. You hear that Netflix gave like Benioff and Weiss like $200 million to be exclusive to Netflix and do Netflix stuff.
Why? Why are they getting money when they fucked it so bad? I don't get it.
Nobody seems to understand that it wasn't them, that it was Martin's material, and as soon as they ran out of Martin's material, they went to shit.
No one gets it.
I guess they just see the massive success of Game of Thrones and they put that down to Benioff and Weiss.
I can understand in a way from that professional standpoint.
I mean, they're good at adapting books. If they have the books to adapt.
Here's a book series, guys. If you do a book series every time.
Don't stray from it. Don't write your own material.
Don't give them a Star Wars trilogy.
So yeah, in conclusion, I don't really care about The Rise of Skywalker, which is sad. But I look forward to reviewing it.
I look forward to reviewing it, and I'm excited for the 2 series that are yet to come.
Yeah, The Mandalorian looks interesting. I'm keen for Ewan McGregor. Oh, and the Cassian Andor Rogue One prequel. That's a thing.
So it's actually still happening?
That's still happening. They're starting filming next year. Speaking of things we didn't ask for.
Okay.
I mean, spoilers. He dies.
Right.
When you already have the ending of a story, writing the beginning and middle and end to fit into that perfectly is always difficult.
It's always difficult. Something that can be really interesting if the character's interesting.
But there was no character.
There was no interesting.
He was Mexican, his family died, he was hardened, his hair was slicked
He was
back.
a good shot or some shit.
He was Mexican.
I don't even remember him that well. Like,
I wouldn't remember his name if they didn't keep on like saying this is
shoving it
happening.
in your face, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're still doing that. What made them think that he was an interesting character? How many years has it been since Rogue One? Who the fuck's asked about his backstory? I haven't.
Who asked anything about Rogue One since it came and went?
Come on, you don't hear people talk about it unless it's like, yeah, so what?
That was a Star Wars movie. I used to love Star Wars, Mark.
Yeah, I do.
That was the good, like, decade and a half of our life.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching! Really how bad if you like, subscribe, and in the comments tell us about old, cynical assholes who don't understand that these movies are for kids and they're actually alright if you switch off your brain and just watch the moving pictures on the screen.
Yeah.